Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So big news, there is a Doctor Who spin-off that the BBC just confirmed that's coming 2017. It's called Class, just Doctor Who Class. It's all about Coal Hill School. What they're calling it is a YA series as in young adult, and they cite Buffy as in Joss Whedon's Buffy in Hunger Games. So think of it as like a Doctor Who show for a much younger audience without them having to go super kissy face with future Doctor castings. Right now, Doctor Who has a fairly broad audience, but they don't have a big presence in like really young kids, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the Hunger Games audience. Really, the way to do that is to make a show all about the kids. So if Peter Capaldi was to be in that, he would be like a background player. Even though his role in the narrative might change, the Doctor's always going to be the main star of his own show. So they'll have the main series that can be nice and dark, they can cast crazy drama, make it as nuts as they want, and then they can do this other show that will skew way younger. An even better example might be like a Hogwarts show where the kids actually go out and fight monsters in the real world. Stephen Moffat actually referenced modern day Britain and monsters in his quote about the show. And whether you think it's a good thing or whether you think it's a bad thing, Stephen Moffat isn't really going to be associated with this new spin-off show. It's going to be like Torchwood, it'd be like its own separate thing. Although to be honest, Torchwood thematically was actually more of an adult show. It was like, take the family Doctor Who show and then make a version of that that's just for adults with like super adult themes. So this is skewing in the Hogwarts Harry Potter direction. Now the person that's going to be running the show, the person that's actually going to be developing this is Patrick Ness. You may or may not be familiar with him. He will be working with Brian Minchin and Stephen Moffat in the Doctor Who universe because it will be connected to the main show. But just like Sarah Jane and Torchwood, they're largely going to exist on their own. They might do like one big crossover per year and then like a couple other small references to each other. But they haven't announced any casting, so I have no idea if they're going to be casting high school age kids or if it's going to be 20-something kids acting like high school kids. We'll see. I think just because they mentioned Hunger Games in the news release so many times, the actors that they cast will be comparable to the age of the actors in Hunger Games. And just for reference, this is actually going to be airing on BBC Three. They're the ones that commissioned it. They're going to start shooting next year in 2016, and then it's supposed to be premiering in 2017, so it's going to be a little while before we see it. But if you live in Wales and you do like to go to film sets, then you might have a chance to see them filming stuff. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be 8 episodes that are 45 minutes each for the first series. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about a new Doctor Who spinoff that isn't Torchwood? I know everybody wanted Torchwood to come back. It still could at a certain point, but obviously they'd have to cast some new actors. John Barrowman said that he's totally happy to come back and play Captain Jack again, but he thinks that Stephen Moffat probably isn't going to ask him, just because Stephen Moffat's run is all about the stuff that Stephen Moffat did. Although he is bringing back a lot of old stuff, like Davros isn't something that he created. For those of you that really like it when they bring back old stuff, he actually did say, Stephen Moffat actually said that he's trying to find a way to bring K9 back. Apparently he wanted to bring it back during the Series 9 Christmas special, during the last Christmas episode, but it didn't fit in. K9 actually does invoke a lot of Sarah Jane thoughts, very prominent spin-off for a couple of years. But most of my experience with Doctor Who spin-offs has been with Torchwood. Like that was like my go-to series after Doctor Who. I think my favorite year of that was actually Series 3, Children of Earth. And it also featured Peter Capaldi, although he wasn't my favorite part of that. It's just the story of that felt a lot stronger than Miracle Day, which was Series 4. That was actually like a co-production with the US company. John Barrowman did say that Torchwood is coming back, but it's only going to be a radio play. They're giving it like the Big Finish treatment, but you will get John Barrowman Captain Jack again. So if you're a really big fan of the radio dramas, then at least you'll have that. There have been some rumors that the BBC isn't going to have enough funding to do Doctor Who next year, so they might only do a special, or they might wait till 2017 to do Series 10. I don't know anything about that, that's just a rumor at this point, but feel free to speculate in the comments. This is really like a problem that's just affecting Great Britain right now, just because it's funded publicly. Like when we watch it in international countries, the BBC usually doesn't see a lot of that money. I don't think they would greenlight a spin-off series if they weren't going to do the main series, so I don't think there's too much to worry about. There will at least be some form of new Doctor Who next year, with a new companion. Which actually reminds me, congratulations to this week's giveaway winner. Lizzie Dunn, you win a $20 Amazon gift card. Just be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact info. I'll start a new round of the giveaway whenever I post my episode 3 video on Saturday. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for my episode 2 video, and you can click here to learn all about the Northern Lords in Game of Thrones. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.